everyone, it's Chrissy, and I am here with Julian Placino at Video Marketing World, and we are here to learn about his story. At QuiC, we believe that every story has value and that every person has a story that's worth telling. So welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to meet you.
I'm glad to be here.
From the time that we scheduled your interview till now, you had a big announcement regarding your career that we'll get to in a minute. I was even more excited than to talk to you about your journey through your career. And it did not start in video.
Yeah, so I have been in talent acquisition now for the past 12 years. So my base in terms of my corporate career has been recruitment and staffing. I started a passion project, my podcast, back in March of 2016, which eventually bled over to LinkedIn. So in 3 years' time, I became a sponsored podcaster, professionally represented actor and commercial model, keynote speaker. And in 6 months, I built a consulting company which replaced my income. And as of March of this year, I was able to go full-time into my company. And it just really showed me the power of content creation and building sort of a personal brand.
So you are a Fortune 500 speaker, podcaster, as you mentioned, but you're also in film. So talk about that.
Yeah, so that was actually the latest evolution. So part of my content creation journey, I was invited to be the afternoon keynote for TalentNet, which is one of the largest recruiting conferences in the Southwest. This is probably February. And in the audience was Julie Hubert. She is the founder of a company called Workland, and she also happens to be a producer on The Social Movement, which is an Amazon docuseries about entrepreneurship and social impact. So she liked my story. She invited me to be invited to speak with Chris Lavoie, who's the executive producer. He liked my story. He got me casted. We shot the project about a month ago. Had the time of my life. And they invited me to come back for season 2 as the pitch coach and also as an associate producer. So I'm now helping cast for the second season of The Social Movement.
That's amazing. That's so impressive. What is it about video that you love the most that helps you get your message across to your audience?
You know, for me, I started the podcast actually at a point of frustration. I'm so grateful for my corporate career, but for me, I was seeking kind of a mode of creative expression. And for me, I always loved just interviewing successful people so I could learn their best practices. And the podcast was just a way to capture those conversations and share with other people. And of course, you know my story, having gone there into all this right here. But video is a way to sort of build trust, credibility, and authority with people you're looking to be of service to. Especially in recruiting, that's like the biggest barrier because people don't know who you are, right? But having a social brand allows people to get to know who you are without them ever meeting you, which expedites the process of building trust and being able to help your audience. That's what I love about video.
It does. It builds credibility. It helps you connect with your audience. If you're doing live video, you can even engage with your audience live, which I love so much. So let's go back to just Julian. Did you grow up in Dallas?
I was born in the Philippines. I came to the States when I was 3 years old and pretty much raised here in the DFW area.
And so did you do all your recruiting in the Midwest?
Everything in pretty much in the DFW area also, yeah. So Dallas is my domain.
Did you use video as part of the recruiting process?
Not until towards the end, because I had done this side hustle while I was working my corporate job, specifically for Bottle Rocket, and inadvertently, I started to attract more candidates by the leveraging of video. As a matter of fact, I was able to access, not through direct outreach, but they were coming to me because it sort of humanized my brand and who I was. So I thought that was kind of an interesting revelation. So just by accident, I was starting to attract candidates by the use of video.
Yeah, Cisco does this.
Yeah.
They hand off their social media accounts to their employees. They have a team of employees that show off company culture, and they've done a great job of attracting talent that way. Do you think that's the norm in the Midwest, that people are using video to attract new talent?
I don't know if it's the norm in the marketplace. So still, it's recruiting and staffing is my base. And I actually consult with staffing companies to try to get the attention of more clients. It's not as prevalent as I think it should be, but I've seen the direct use case and the benefits of using video to gain trust with people you've never met with before, and specifically recruiting candidates.
Yeah, so as a recruiter, what do you love most about video? I mean, on this side, looking at the candidate, do you use video that way to interview candidates?
Yeah, no, 100%. So like for recruiting, I have a very systematic process on finding the right match. It goes by the acronym MSLOMAC: motivation, skills, location, opportunity, money, availability, and culture.
Nice.
A lot of these things that you can glean out from an interview, right? But from the culture perspective, you can see the soft skills somebody has on camera, which can help you determine whether or not they could be a culture fit, right? Those things you cannot do over the phone, which video gives you the ability to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today.
No, this has been great. Thanks for having me.
Can't wait to watch the show.
Yeah.
Tell us again what it's called so that we can tune in.
It's called The Social Movement. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. It's a docuseries. Season 1, which I was cast to be on, will be live June of 2020.
Great. Make sure that you tune in and people can find you. What's your favorite platform to hang out on?
LinkedIn. I'm most active on LinkedIn. You can search for my name, Julian Placino. I'm the only Julian Placino that's ever existed, so I'll be the first one to show up.
Nice.
You can also check me out at julianplacino.com.
Thanks for joining us, and make sure that you tune in next time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.